What's up with it, y'all? It's your boy OT.
And Miss Dorothy.
And you are now tuned into...
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Like, subscribe, and follow wherever you get your podcast from.
That's right, Otis. Whatever you say, Otis. Y'all ain't stupid. They coming to see me.
The quote of the day is, when it rains, it pours. And I don't think a lot of people exactly know where that came from, but it actually came from Morton salt. Because back in the day, people would season their food with Morton salt, and you know that it's really salty, and sometimes it would overflow. So that's where the saying, when it rains, it pours, because they would pour actually too much salt. But what we derive it from today is basically when one bad thing happens, usually other bad things occur. Like one after another. Like it's just like when it rains, it pours. When you hear people like, damn, what else can happen? What else can happen? But to put a positive standpoint on it, when it rains, it pours. But after it rains, it must bring sunshine and roses. Basically, like, don't count it as, oh, everything's happening to me all at once. Everything happens to me all at once. If you ever watched a storm, you know that after a really, really bad storm must come sunshine. So I would flip that into a positive note versus just sitting there saying, oh, why me, why me? Next time when it rains, it pours, ask yourself, why not me? Like I said, a biblical standpoint for me is like when God made the rain to fall on the just and unjust. Just because a person is good and upright and doing everything that they're supposed to do doesn't mean that the rain is not going to fall on the person who's out here stealing and killing and doing the wrong thing. Because, I mean, when the sun comes up, everybody feels the sun. Right. It's hot as hell. You feel that 103 no matter if you're good or bad. So I feel like that's where it derived from. But also it's just like you can look at your everyday life, and when one bad thing happens, usually something else is about to occur or is going to occur. But I don't feel like we should always look at everything as a bad thing. Like we take too much. We take everything bad and amplify it instead of taking everything that's small and good and amplifying it and making it something bigger than what it is.
For sure. No, that's strong. I like that.
Yeah.
I never really looked into it. It's just always been a saying. Mm-hmm. But then hearing that and then how like that, how you relate that, no.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
I mean, it's like, what is that? I'm trying to teach you something.
Yeah, I feel like every day is a lesson. Like every time you wake up, every time you walk out that house, because you can't control what's gonna happen once you walk out the house. You can only control what's in your space. But once you're out in the job, workplace, you got your personality, you got your coworkers' personality, you got your boss' personality, and then you got the customer's personality. And you know the customer cannot always be friendly, but as they say, the customer is always right. I don't believe that. That's not a true statement. Yeah, it is a myth, but it's just like customer service with a smile.
For sure.
And I feel like that's like when it's raining, you have to pour out happiness on that person who they're trying to rain on your parade. So
definitely. I mean, you can't stress the things that you can't control, and you can't allow other people or things to have control over your emotions and allow them to drive your day. So like you said, I mean, customer service with a smile on your face.
I'm still learning, because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes people's whole mood can change my mood based off how they feeling. And I know a couple of coworkers that do that to me, but.
And I mean, that's normal. You're human. We're always going to have something to learn, right? I mean,
yeah.
You could be the most positive person in the world and still go through that type of stuff. But it's like during those times, you got to ask yourself, like, God, why are you testing me with them right now? There's a bigger purpose. He always has. There's always a reason.
I think it's learning to control your emotions, because I also have this saying where can't nobody control your emotions but you. Because if you think about it, you can decide if you get upset with this person. You can decide to walk away, or you can decide to engage them in this conversation, or you can say, you know what, you win. I don't have time for it. I'm gonna move on. Me, I have not reached that strong point yet, because I feel like, okay, I got to say something back.
But you gonna get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there, definitely. So yeah, that when it rains, it pours. You need to stop looking at it like a bad thing and take every learning lesson as a blessing.
Like you said, you gotta go through that rain. You gotta go through that storm.
Yeah.
See the sunshine.
They say April flowers bring May showers. So here we go.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
All right, so we're back today. It's Wednesday, Leo season, August 2nd. Yeah. Yes. I feel like I haven't seen you in like 10 years, but I just seen you last week.
I know, right? Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah. And fun. I mean, fun we had. I had a great time this weekend.
Yes, ma'am. Me too. I attended the Waco Comedy Show. And I'm not gonna lie to you, A-Ray Productions put on a good show.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
if you didn't attend, I say you missed a great show. Linville, Ontario. I probably pronounced his name wrong, but man, when I tell you, he brought the energy as a host, and that's what you needed. Like, he was engaged. He engaged for the comedian before they actually came out. But I'm going to say he was one of the top comedians himself because, man, the dude kept the crowd rolling, kept everybody laughing. Overall, like, the overall structure and how it ran was phenomenal. No lie, no cap. They had open bar. They didn't have everything, but they sold out. So that should let you know. I feel like everybody in there was in tune with it, from the white folks to the black folks to everybody. It was like a culture thing. It wasn't just a black thing.
Yeah.
It was a mixed thing. And so some of the comedians I really like.
Okay.
Some of them, I'm not going to say I did not like them, but I feel like they should prepare better and they could do better. I'm going to tell you my top ones, and then I'll tell you my not so top ones. So I feel like my top one would have to be the impeccable Diesel Greasel. I might be pronouncing his name wrong, but he's actually newly divorced because he said that.
Oh.
But I think he travels and he's really good. His segue, like his jokes, they ran together. Like from one point to the next, it wasn't like a pause in between. So he was the last act, of course, but he was one of the best. My boy Murphy Rashad. One mic, one eye. I don't know if he still goes by that, but
God, Murph.
Man, when I tell you he had everybody up there laughing and he kicked the shit out that mic, that was very unexpected.
He kicked the mic?
He kicked the shit out that mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, I'm pretty sure A-Ray and his production team got it all filmed, so if you get a chance, I would definitely go look at it. Oh. But yeah, he kicked the shit out the mic. He was just telling an experience about because Murphy has one eye. I don't know if you knew that, but I think everybody knows it. And he was telling the experience about when he went to the playground. He was playing with this kid, and this kid hit him, but the kid was like mentally challenged. Of course, he didn't say mentally challenged. He called him. Yeah. So he didn't say sped either. But he went back and he told his grandpa, and his grandpa told him that if he got enough sense to hit you, hit him back. And that's probably why. And that's why he kicked the mic.
Oh, he went back to a place.
Yeah, he went back to a place, and who else was pretty good? Unc was good. Not necessarily I would say my top, but I could tell he was a little nervous. I mean, if this is your first time ever doing something, I expect you to be nervous, but I also expect you to be more prepared.
Right.
But he was pretty good. I feel like a lot of them as a whole should have like looked at the audience more. Basically, I don't know if you took speech before, and
yes,
they will tell you engage each person. You look at you look at this person, you look at this person, and now if you have a common face, then you look at that person.
Right.
But I felt a lot of them were looking down, like not as confident.
And that's one of those things. Like even if you're not confident, that's another thing. You don't gotta look at everybody else. If you're not that confident, just find a spot at the wall and just talk
and focus on it.
Yeah.
Let me see who else. Rashawn Williams, my boy from high school. He came out. Now he came out hot and on fire because he was the opening act. the thing I liked about him, like he said, y'all don't have to laugh at me. I bring my own laughs. His auntie was out there.
Oh.
And it was a good thing because it's like, okay, your family supporting you regardless if nobody else supports you. Like, that's one thing. I'm like, dang, that's like, that has to be a good feeling no matter if you're a true comedian or not. Like, the fact you got up there and your family, your mama, everybody out in the crowd and they're cheering you on. Let me think. Who else? Chad Johnson. He had one really long joke, but that whoop-de-whoop, he brought it to the point. He was basically talking about sex.
Oh, okay.
And hitting them with the whoop-de-whoop. And at the end, like he was up there for a while, probably longer than his 3 minutes. But he got the point across, and I'm like, okay. He was one of my tops, believe it or not. And that's not in any order. And Dizzle was the impeccable DG was the number one, though. I will say that.
And he was the last one that went.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say he's from Waco area. I'm not totally sure. Didn't get all his information. Who else was up there? Day No Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. He was good. He was on them YT people's ass, but I feel like everybody was. But he was more malicious, but it wasn't like malicious intent.
Right.
It was very good. His delivery was there. His energy was there when he walked out. Like he was engaged in it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He was engaged. So same thing as Murphy. If I go back to him, like they came out dancing, like doing their little jig and stuff like that. It was funny.
Yeah.
I also had a cousin who was up there, and I ain't got a chance to talk to him personally, but I think he bombed it.
Okay.
Not in a good way. But I know him, and I know he's funny, and I'm like, damn, bro, like you didn't prepare for this. Yeah, you're like I said, you're nervous and this and that, but he could have prepared way more because, I mean, I've been at the family functions with him. Like, bro, you had me in tears, but it's just like you sitting here talking to me as a family member versus sitting here talking to a whole crowd is differently.
Yeah.
And you got to be open.
Right. Especially going to, like, it's a comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
yeah,
we all know comedians. We see them on TV. We see them in movies. They don't care. Like, it's just,
yeah.
I mean, we see them on clips,
Mm-hmm.
wherever, social media. And it's like you have to have that confidence. Like, you can't come out nervous.
True.
You can't, even if you are nervous, you can't let nobody
see you sweat.
I mean, you better take about 10 shots back there and then roll out. I don't know.
And we had a couple of ladies. Mexican Mimi, she was funny. I feel like her delivery could have been better. Like, and from my understanding, she's been doing it for a while. So it's just like watching her up there, and this is just my personal opinion. I'm not hating on nobody. I feel like she could have did way better than what she did because I actually, when Cozy's was Cozy's Lounge instead of Cafe, she did a little comedy bit there, and she was actually pretty good. But I think she was nervous too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's different when you're performing in front of like 30 people. I think it was like almost 100, maybe a little more than that, because it was a packed house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a packed house. So I forgot the other girl name, black girl. She was a little raunchy, but she was funny raunchy.
Okay.
She was talking about basically her being a hoe. She was like, it's dirty hoes, clean hoes, and just ho-hos. And I was just like, damn, like I never knew it was so many type of hoes. There's level to hoes. But overall, everything ran smooth from Paula being the stage director. Like, she was telling them, hey, I know you may know what you're doing, but when it's your time, I need you out there. Like, so she was on top of everything.
Paula?
Yeah, Paula.
Oh yeah, that's
it was no hesitation. She even told Murphy the same thing. Hey, I know you're funny. I know you got this. Hey, she told Dizzle the same thing. Hey, I know you got this, but when you go out there, I need you to do this. But overall, like with Linville being the host, like I don't think there could have been a better host.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like no lie, because it's just like he was into it, and after the show, he kind of asked me, he's like, "Say, bro, I know you ain't gonna lie to me." I'm like, "Nah, bro. Like, I feel like you brought the energy more so than the people that you were bringing out on stage, because I feel like he warmed up the crowd for everybody. Like he had like he set the house rules. He was like, as far as you go, this ain't no kindergarten graduation. This ain't no high school graduation. you not about to leave after yours get called or after your person come up. Like, man, like I don't think nobody. No, I know nobody could outdid him as that host. Like,
yeah.
To me, he was the ultimate host. Like, if you had been there, you would have felt the energy he brought. And then it's just like him being a comedian himself. It was perfect. Like, I told him and Murphy, I said, y'all got to teach a class on composure. Because when y'all came out, it's like, you don't know these people. But it's like you interacted with these people like you've been knowing them your whole life.
Right.
Also, one thing I will say that I told my cousin, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just feel like, okay, once that white joke is established, like, okay, white people, like, you know, like every comedian almost said that same exact thing, like, oh, white people this, white people that. And it wasn't a racist thing. It was just, it probably was just a joke, but it was just so like, damn, like
that's the trend.
Yeah, it's just like
so.
I'm like, somebody please come out and be different. Like, stop addressing the white folks like they know they white, we know they white, everybody knows they white. You know what I'm saying? That's just like because I thought about it from a standpoint like, okay, I'm black.
Right.
White comedian came out there, oh, black folks this, black folks that. Yeah, some of us would have got upset. Like, why they keep saying it? So when that race card is played, and this is nothing against nobody, you got to understand, like, you wouldn't like it if it was done to you.
Right.
You wouldn't like it. Damn, like, okay, shit, white person is. Hey, white people. Because
like,
I would.
Dang.
Like, damn, like, how many times y'all gonna say it? And see, for me, I look at it both standpoints because my granny had two kids by a white man, so, you know, they white.
Yeah.
And my uncles was white, so it's just like, I have white family members. I have blonde hair, blue eyed cousins, and people like, ain't no fucking way. I'm like, well, they went on to marry other white folks, but those are still my family members,
right.
like, you know, by blood.
Yeah.
So I just like, if I could like talk to the comedians personally, I'll just say, hey, you can be funny without bringing up the white folks, because shit, they already know. Now, some jokes was very fucking funny because it's true, but I like what Linville did. He took it like, because one of the stage people from the Hippodrome walked down, and he was like, hey, we got a problem? He's like, nah, I'm just showing them to their seat. He's like, oh, somebody in a black person seat, you know we come late, but shit, we'd be the first motherfucker be like, that motherfucker's in my seat. Like, you know, that's just how we are. So I'm like, okay, you took it back. Like, basically you covered the part, which I'm like, okay, if we can talk about white people, we can talk about ourselves too. Mm-hmm. So it has to be an even balance, but that show was incredible. That's
awesome to hear. I really do hate I missed it. My daughter came back into town, so, you know, going and being outside and times and et cetera, it's hard to plan around. With the 6-year-old. But I mean, just hearing about it and from other people and prior to and seeing things on social media and hearing about this, and I'm not gonna lie, whenever you said Day No Friday, I don't know who that is, but I seen the name a lot on social media. He's funny. So that is so lovely to hear that. Because whenever you hear that name, it's like, hey, he's coming with some heat. And so that's awesome. That is awesome. As far as, like, the nerves go, so there was, you know, again, talking to other people prior to the show and stuff. Because I know some of those people that were on that lineup and going, and they are so funny. Like, and you said, like you said, it's different from being in front of people, like 30 people, versus 100 pack show in the Hippodrome. I mean, we've all been on that stage. We know how it is up there. So it's like, and now it's just you by yourself showing how funny you are to people that we all don't have the same humor now. So it's a small percentage. Like, I'm sure, I know being a comedian ain't easy, just like all these other. It's a talent. It's a craft that you have to perfect. And so I was talking with someone and hearing like how they were nervous, and I'm like, really, you? Really? Like, why are you nervous? Like, I've heard you so many, like, hilarious. Doesn't even have to try. But I get it. And I'm so glad that Ontario was there, because seeing him, when you see him, it's like you think he's just calm and real quiet and reserved, and he is hilarious. I can only imagine how that went. Like, and with him, he's had practice being up there and all that. So maybe next year, well, not maybe. I know next year, like if those same people come, I'm sure like they might still be nervous, but it won't be as bad because they've already done it.
Because some of them expressed it like, this is my first time up here. That's one thing I probably wouldn't have did. Like, don't let nobody know the ins and outs of you. Like, especially if you getting up here for the first time. Like, it's okay. Like, he prepped them to laugh regardless. Like, Linville prepped us, like, laugh regardless of what it is, basically. Like, if it's your family member, how would you feel? X, Y, and Z. But definitely, if you missed it, I would encourage, like, next year or whatever the next one is, definitely show up and, show out. I guarantee you're gonna have a great time. Like, the atmosphere was lit, and it's like it was alcohol, like, you know what I'm saying? It was an intermission. So intermission, like, for all the smokers, weed, vape, whatever you want to do, you go outside real quick, get your smoke in, come back in, and have fun. But it's just like everything ran smooth from the video that we put out, because A-Ray did a small skit, like, / movie before it was released. So, I happened to be a part of that. I was happy.
Hey, what was you in there doing?
I was just telling Chad he didn't make no sense. Big Chad. And
oh, no.
Yeah. It's like it all came together, and it's just like it ends with Linville and Ray saying, hey, you ready? This and that. And he walks out he walks into a vault, but he walks out on stage, and that's how it started.
Gotcha.
And then he laid the ground rules and everything. But man, like, when I tell you, I was impressed. Like, I got my money's worth. Yeah. Like, everything. Went out for a little bit after that, but that's a whole different topic.
Hey.
I didn't stay long.
Right. No.
I was asleep. I had to wake up at 6 o'clock the next morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We ain't young like we used to be young. You know what I mean?
But it was dope. And it's like, as far as what the whole production team could do better, I would just tell them, hey, when next time you do it, just tell the comedians, don't give out information that nobody knows. Like, don't tell me this is your first time up here. Right. Because you may go so hard. I'm like, damn, that was your first time? Like, you know what I'm saying? So basically, when I heard, oh, this is my first time, my expectations of them lowered. That's just me personally, because I'm like, okay, well, you sitting here saying this is my first time, so I'm like, let me see what you give. That's and like I said, for it to be Unk's first time, I guarantee that next time he'll be funny. Because to me, he was fun. He was up there. He was what was he talking about? He was talking about him having sex in church. Oh, I was like, oh, okay. Alrighty then. And then he, what he said, he told a lie how to get out of to his mama. Like, basically, he went up there. Oh yeah, he went he went down to altar call. And not altar call, he went down and told him he wanted to get baptized.
See, okay. See, now look.
So he got out of a whooping because he accepted Christ into his life.
I don't know how you got out of that. I mean, because
he gave his life over to Christ.
His life should have been over. He should have been in that sky to go see Jesus Christ after that, being in church doing that. So he got out of that. He's slick.
I said, that's man, in my head, I was just like, boy, you are bold. Like, just to...
Yeah.
The thoughts that you have to have in order to have sex, and then you had them in church.
I mean, I know church, and I know black people church. It could be long. But you couldn't have waited an hour, 2 hours tops, I guess.
He said he was young, too. I said, oh, okay.
Manny.
Yeah, so.
Oh, that sounds like it was
like, incredible show. Hats off to A-Ray Newtastic and the whole crew, because, like, I don't feel like Waco has had anything like that. Yeah, we had comedy shows, but not a local comedy show where you can showcase local talent.
Right.
And I feel like that's what A-Ray's all about. Like, he's all about, like, local, bringing up Waco, bringing up the outskirts, maybe clean. Because anybody from Central Texas could have been in it, from my understanding. It was more so just Waco people. So next year, I'm hoping to be a little more outside of Waco. But
yeah,
we did our thing for that night, and I'm proud of everybody who was a part of it. So. That, that was real deep to just see, like, everything run so smooth, like being a part of the Waco Award Show. And it's like the award show moves smoothly. It could move faster, but definitely, like, everything segue. And it's like with Linville being the host, he kept it going. Like, it was no stopping, no starting, no stopping, no starting. Like,
shout out to Linville.
nah, for real. Like, and he kept like, bro, I'm telling you the truth. Like, you bringing the energy. Like, now some of the comedians might have brought the energy down, but like I say to each comedian, y'all did y'all thing, whether regardless if it's your first time, second time, third time. All I can say is, it's just like any sport, any craft that you have to practice. You have to practice. Like, you have to. I feel like some of them need to look themselves in the mirror and tell their own jokes to themselves to make themselves laugh.
Right, role play. Practice with it. Get comfortable.
Or get in front, or get your little crowd of people and be like, okay, bro, tell me the truth. Is this shit funny or not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because before you get in front of hundreds of people, next time I feel like it's gonna be thousands of people.
Definitely. I mean, with how well it went this time, I could only imagine next time. Because again, like you said, we've never done something just local like that. Shout out to A-Ray. No, I love A-Ray. But seriously, like, well, and yes, kudos to everybody that got out there, because at least they got out there. At least they went to try out to do this, that, and a third. So that is awesome in itself. But next time, like, for next Comedy Jam, like, just prepare yourself. Like you said, whether it's in the mirror, I think doing that even with a group of friends, like from the time that you get that golden ticket to go up on stage to the time the show starts.
And
like,
I feel like even now, like, if that's something that they want to do personally, because I don't know each one of them personally, but that's like, if you being a comedian is something that you want to pursue, don't they have like a comedy club in Killeen?
They got some in Killeen. They have some in Dallas. There's actually, there is one for sure in Dallas. I'd have to get the information. I know I can, but one of my family members, their boyfriend is a comedian. Like, he's trying to get bigger into his stand-up and everything. And right now, going up to the shows, it's going to be multiple people in it, and they do it frequently at this place. Once you start getting more people like on your list, then you can start charging for it, and it's good practice for anybody doing it, anybody that's nervous, especially to go ahead and get that, because it's a smaller club, but there's a lot of funny people there. But Killeen, Dallas, and especially Killeen, like we talked about last week, having Killeen and us come together more, I don't see why we don't. Yeah. So for next year, with doing a whole Central Texas thing, that'd be great to see other people come out. Because
I feel like if you can go other places and make people laugh, then that's going to be your confidence. Basically, it's just like playing a sport. Like, you got to play against somebody to know if you're better than them, or you got to go other places to know, like, okay, I got this, I don't got this. Like, basically, don't let this be the end until next year when you want to come back. Like, if you want to be a comedian, I advise y'all to go and travel. And, like, go to other places, go where nobody knows you, and maybe you'll be more comfortable, because it's like, okay, these people don't know me. Because that's something I also thought about. Like, what if they were nervous because they knew, okay, because I only get nervous in front of people I know. Same. I don't get embarrassed in front of people I don't know, because I'm like, you don't know nothing about me. Yeah. So, I ain't got nothing to lose. But versus people who know me, I'm like, yeah, got a little something to lose if I don't perform the way I'm supposed to perform. So right. I advise them to, like, reach out to Dallas, Houston, like, go other places and perfect your craft.
And you can even go with the people that you was in the show together. It ain't no competition.
They should all create a group.
And that'd be the best thing to do, because it'd be great to see everybody that was there this year, although I wasn't there, but just hearing about it again. But seeing everybody that was there this year, practicing together and working with each other, having that group, and then coming back next year, like, that'd be so strong, because this is a stepping stone. Like, the people that did amazing can go to this comedy club and then grow themselves even further, because it only takes one time for you to go viral and get famous, and then the people that didn't do as well and could have done better, and we all, they can go and perfect their craft and then excel.
No, for real. So overall, I'll give the show a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Okay.
No, I give it 8 out of 10. No lie.
8.5.
Nah.
Get it 8.
Because I got to give them 2 notches to grow. And then, like I said, it was nothing against the production team. It was just, like, as far as the comedian goes, I will give everybody an 8 out of 10 as a whole. Yeah. Because, like I said, some of them could have did better. Like I said, my cousin, I know he could have did better, but it was just like, damn. What I did was, I'm like, let me put myself in their shoes.
Right.
Why was I'm just my little cousin. Why was he nervous? Probably because first of all, I was like, damn, I'm funny, but I don't know if he's ever done that in front of nobody, but
right.
I'm pretty sure he haven't because he got up there and said the shit too. Like, yeah, the first time, I'm like, damn, cuz like, don't say that shit. But then when I looked for him after the comedy show, he was gone. But definitely when I see him, I'm gonna talk to him. Like, man, I hope you don't plan on giving up because he probably is one of the funniest people I know. Real talk,
right.
Not just because he's my cousin, because like shit, he used to make me and Ray laugh when we was little. Like the shit he did, like, bro, where do you come up with some of this shit? I would have he should have told some of his old jokes. Like, he's like, what the left butt cheek say to the right butt cheek? What? Don't let shit come between us. Oh, we've been through a lot of shit together.
See, I'm not. And see, even shit like that, like.
It's corny, but it would have been funny. And then he's like, what that? He's talking about what the left ball say to the right ball. That nigga in the middle think he hard.
I'm not finna.
It's like stuff like that, and it's like I wasn't looking for those immature jokes, but it was just like, bro, you would have made me laugh with just saying that shit. Like,
yeah,
I feel like you got up there and it's like it wasn't stage frightening. You just went blank, like, and then at one point he said something. I was like, no. It was just the fact that he was like, in so many words, I fucked up in front of all these people. But he didn't fuck up. It was just like he couldn't figure out how to transition.
Yeah.
And that's what I can go back to. Like, a lot of them couldn't transition. Like, it was like you're talking about one thing, then you just hop to the next thing. And I'm just like, hold on, I'm still over here. Like,
right.
Where are you going with this? So
was right, exactly.
Yeah. So everything other than that, like, those are just my takeaways from it because I was there. But I go again. I'm going next year. Like, I had a great time. Like, I really enjoyed my Sunday. Like,
yeah. I haven't heard nothing negative about it. That's awesome though.
What negative could you say about, like Linville said, if you don't laugh once a day, something's wrong with you. Like, if you don't laugh at least one time a day, something's wrong with you. I don't care if it's like the simplest thing. Like, if you go through your whole day and you just upset, mad, and you don't even you don't laugh about something, like, yeah, you need to look inside yourself. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, you know,
you need to heal that. Why you so stiff?
Yeah,
loosen up.
Because a lot of them was stiff, and it was just like you would see them talking to one side, then you see them talking this side, but.
Like you were saying, like with your cousin, like even those corny jokes, like that would have been something. Use that corny. Stop worrying about being corny, because if that's corny, if that's what's coming to your head.
Because I feel like Chad was corny, but yeah,
right.
I feel like Chad was a little corny, but it was the fact that, bro, your joke. Once you made it to the end of the joke, everything came together.
Yeah,
your whole joke came together. I was like, you know what? Because I had went to the bathroom. And I walked, and I was like, damn, this nigga still up there. But I was hearing the crowd, like, react to him. I'm like, oh, Chad is up there doing his thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I never known Chad to be a comedian. But, you know, like I said, hey, if you missed it, I advise you not to miss it next year.
I won't miss it next
year. Because it was a great show. So to end, like, this, like, little segment, I would just say to the comedians, hey, please don't stop, because I'm not a comedian. Shit, I think I'm funny a little bit, but I could never get on stage. So first of all, shout out to everybody who got up there, because that's something I can't honestly say I would have did. Shout out to the production team for putting on the whole production. Warren, A-Ray, I forgot his name. Scotty, not his name, not Scotty. Coop best friend.
Coop best friend.
But yeah. Sambo. There you go. Sambo.
Okay.
And Jarmel for being in the box office, pushing play. But, like, overall, that show was a great show. Like, I don't see personally where anybody could do anything different. I just want to say to the comedians, please don't give up. Please don't get discouraged. I'm not talking bad about you. I'm just saying from an audience member, you know, from a person who was up here watching you, that's some of the things y'all can do better. Like, fuck what the crowd talking about. If you have a joke and you think it's funny, say the joke because you don't know how many people out there may laugh at the joke, or just figure out how to segue into your next topic. Don't just homie hop. Like, okay, I'm here. Like, if you're going to take me on a journey as a joke journey, I need to be able to follow X, Y, and Z and not be like, okay, A here, Z there. Okay, let me come by. X is here. Like, no, I just, I was, some people, I was confused, but I feel like everybody told at least one joke that made me laugh.
Okay.
Everybody.
And now that you say that, I'm sorry because I know you're trying to close this segment.
Oh, you good.
But that you say that, like, I start thinking about stand-up comedians that I've seen or that I've, like, watched, even, like, on social media, like Matt Rife. We all, at this point, should know who Matt Rife is, the corny white boy. He was on Wild 'N Out. Now he's out there thriving. Have y'all seen tickets
with the glasses?
for Matt Rife? Yeah, like, I mean,
he'd be so subtle with it.
And then, like, and you could tell because he'll say something to an audience member, and it could be the most, like, you'll see his face turn red. He probably don't want to comment on it. And he's this nervous, small white boy, and he be over there talking about the black people, the Mexican people, this, that, and the third. And I know sometimes he be getting stuck, but he just lets it roll. He lets it roll like he's sitting there practicing with his 30 friends, or he's back at home, or, I mean, at the barbershop or whatever. So
if your friends ain't gonna tell you the truth, then you need to reevaluate your friends.
Because there ain't nothing wrong with some constructive criticism.
Because I'd be in a heartbeat, hey, that's not funny. Hey, nope, you need to go a different path. It's like, but like I said, I me personally, this is just my personal opinion. Overall, I would go back every single year.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it can only get better. Like, especially this is the first time, the first one. I feel like it can only get better. New people are gonna rise up, and people that you like, damn, I didn't know you was funny like that, or you was a comedian. I feel like they're gonna get up there because they're gonna be like, okay. Sometimes it takes people that aren't funny to get up there to motivate people who are really funny, or vice versa. Like, dang, I bombed this time. Okay, next time I'm coming with some heat. But I advise y'all, don't wait till next year to try to come with it. Like, go ahead and explore your options. Like, get out there, get out of Waco, and then come back and see the response you get. Because if you can make somebody from outside of Waco laugh, and then that's almost like a following. Yeah. Otis is a comedian. Otis is going to be in Waco at the Hippodrome. And now these people who follow you on social media because they want to see more of you, they're driving in from Dallas, Houston, just to come see you, and they're telling somebody. So it's just like, I mean, and the tickets wasn't that much. Like,
they weren't.
We're like, people don't understand, like, what's $30?
Exactly.
Like, I smoke weed, so I tell people $50, that give me 7 grams.
Right.
So how come I can't spend $30 on a ticket? People have their priorities fucked up sometimes. They're like, oh, that's too much.
That's too much. Well, what you spend this week on fast food, though?
That.
Or in the last 2 days.
That. Or drinks.
Liquor.
Anything. That's what I be telling people. Like, if you could spend the money on some of the stuff you spend the money on, and then you holler and complain, oh, that's too much, you need to reevaluate what you spending money on.
Exactly.
Like, for real.
The priorities might be a little,
yeah.
Come on, let's support the community a little bit more. Let's support.
That's all.
You know.
Because, I mean, if we don't support ourselves, who is going to support us? Nobody.
Exactly. For sure. No, that's awesome. I'm glad you had a good time. Shout out to, again, all the comedians. Shout out to A-Ray. Shout out to production. Shout out to the attendees.
Yes.
That's all. Shout out to everybody that shared it on Facebook, all that. I mean,
social media, awesome. Whatever it was, like, we appreciate the support more than you know. And it goes a long way. Like, just a simple congratulations. Even if you didn't come and you posted, you supported, that means the world to some people, because people often ask, what is support? Support does not always come in the form of, oh, I should, like, you came to the award show, but I mean, not the award show, the comedy show, but you still supported it in your own way. You still sent people, you still told people about it. So that's what I tell people support is. Support is not so much you handing me financial money or you sitting there congratulating me. Sometimes it can be you saying, man, congratulations on what you did, bro, because nobody else has done that.
Exactly.
Like, it's just a small thing.
Just showing that you care.
Gratitude.
That you care. Yes, for sure.
So here we go.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
So last time we was here, you was telling me about I have 3 signs instead of 1 because I just thought I was a Gemini. And I also thought I was a triple Gemini, but I guess I'm not. But I am still a big 3, so I'll take that. A win's a win. But yeah, you really got to enlighten me more so on this because I get it, I understand it, but how can I be a Gemini, and that's my actual zodiac sign, but I have 2 others? Like, you know, like elaborate a little bit for me, you know what I'm saying? I see we got our notes and all that, you know.
We do. So, okay, first off, I am so glad that you are even intrigued by this. I told you this last time because, like, you don't, especially not with a lot of men. Like, it's seldom. Yeah. So this is just so cool to me because it really is something that I think everyone should get into. Again, like, everyone thinks that there's just this one soul sign, and then that's where a lot of people that's like, oh, well, astrology, it's bullshit. It's this, is that, and the third. It's like, but you don't know. Like, you're just seeing it at surface level.
True. You
may not resonate with everything that's in your sun sign, Gemini, but that's because your moon, your emotions are this zodiac sign. In your case, you're a Virgo. You're a Virgo moon. Or you're a Scorpio rising. So, and then there's so many other signs. So for every planet, you have a sign.
Like, you mean Jupiter, Pluto, and all that?
Yeah. Everything. Venus, Mars, Uranus, like everything.
That make me think that there has to be other life on these planets. Like, why are we connected to these planets? Like, you never thought about it like that?
Exactly. You're going to take us down that rabbit hole real quick. No, seriously, though. There is just, the universe is a very interesting place. And this is going to have to, we're going to have to make this into like a 4, 5, 6, 7-part series, to be honest. But no.
Because it's a lot of people who, I know they inquire, even if it's a man, they inquire about the zodiac signs, symbols, and all that, and they want to go deeper. But like I said, I never knew nobody who was into it that deep. So it's just like, I'm not about to ask just a random person, or I'm not about to try to explore it myself before I find out somebody who's already explored it.
Definitely. And I mean, that's definitely understandable. Like, you see it, you read into it, but there's just so much that plays into it. I know whenever I first started getting into it, one of my sisters got me there, and she sent me the chart, same chart that I sent you, and I'm looking like, well, what type of wizardry, science stuff? Like,
nah, for real.
I was never good at, I don't even know the name of that science class, but once we get past 9th grade, I ain't doing it, and that's what it looked like in math. But seriously, though, I'm going to break it down to you, and we both have our pamphlets. I done produced some pamphlets.
Yep.
But okay, so here, you take your highlighter. And
I like these notes.
I wish this could be seen right now in a sense, but it's okay. It's okay because
they gonna get it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so there's gonna be a page in there. It's probably gonna be one of the last 3 pages, and it's gonna look like that graph that I sent.
Chart.
That chart, yeah.
Okay. Well, damn.
Okay, so I know. So there's a lot of different charts, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I sat there and broke down, especially that one in the middle.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
We'd be overwhelmed. So we're going to put that one to the side.
Yeah, because I'm already overwhelmed just looking at it. Like, it just looks like a pie chart.
Okay, so let's see.
This one. There you go.
Thank you.
Y'all give us a moment while we get ourselves together, because I'm trying to dissect this thing, y'all.
There's a lot of different charts. There's a chart for your house, your planets, your natal chart, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of different things going on. And if I might have to end up sorting those out, and it's okay.
It's fine. It's all good.
Okay. And let me pull mine.
Y'all gonna love this episode because I'm already intrigued. planet aspects, planet orbit value.
Okay, so before we even get into like what your big three are and their importance, see now I gotta raise them. Like earlier, I was sitting in my chair asking y'all how to lower it. Oh, I'm becoming a pro at this. Hey, okay. So your natal chart.
You done stood up for this, boy. It's about to get good.
It's about to go down. So really, whenever you hear a birth chart, because we kind of talked about it last week, but
Not in detail.
not in detail. And for a lot of people that are just now watching this and haven't watched
Yeah.
we kind of got to go over that. So your astrology chart. So you're not just that one sign, but your birth chart just is the makeup of you.
Okay.
So the day you were born, the year you were born, the time you were born, and even the place you were born.
Like the hospital?
Like the city,
Okay.
the state.
Okay.
Most of the time, as long as it's within like the same area, like state-wise and all that stuff, like that's fine. That won't affect where the planets were lining up at. Now, whenever it gets into like East Coast, West Coast, something even as small as that, it can change up so much.
Yeah, because time zone. Okay.
So it's literally, the makeup of you. And I want to read this off so that I'm making sure I'm not missing anything, because
Gotcha.
once you do it so much, you shortchange it. And how do you know if you don't know? Okay, so I know that you see this is like a book about Otis.
Yeah, I see.
And when you get home tonight, you're going to be reading everything, and it might take,
I'm taking this to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to get some good reads in. You're going to be like, how do they know this? The stars don't lie.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing my whole life.
They do not lie. But it's just, each planet and each paragraph, they refer to an individual position within your chart.
Okay.
And all of those individuals and positions, aspects, they make up, like I said, a whole you. Some of them, some paragraphs might be contradictory.
Yeah.
But us as a whole, people, we're contradictory. And with that, it also shows you what you need to work on in order to grow. What needs to happen if you're having trouble in your love life? What needs to happen in order for you to be successful in your business ventures and really, and even emotions.
Yeah.
Like if you're wondering like why you're walking around upset all the time, or like what's going to help me get out of this funk, like it'll tell you everything you need to know. So people really, if you're not looking into your chart, I highly suggest you looking into your chart. Okay. So if you are looking, the planet positions.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Got my notes.
There's a lot of different ones. I done gave them a whole bunch of charts. So, but I love this. I love it. Okay, so I want you to highlight on the sun. Yeah.
All right, highlight it.
The sun, all the way over to what that zodiac sign is. Go. Go across. We'll do that. That's the rising. That's gonna be the 3. So the 3 of the 3, and then Scorpio, and then so under the sun, highlight the moon.
Okay. Now Virgo.
Yes, you're a Virgo.
What the fuck?
You don't like that?
I'm a Virgo Scorpio.
You are a Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio.
That sounds dangerous.
It can be. It probably
Scorpios,
is.
I've known every Scorpio to sting me, whether it be with their words, not with their vagina or anything, or it just be with
They
like
got medicine for that. No, I'm just kidding.
some things aren't curable.
This is true.
But no, it's just like every Scorpio I have ever met, and I know it's not trying to get off topic, but they're like, in my opinion, emotionally unavailable sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay, all the time.
All the time.
Okay, I know I'm not tripping. It's just like I talked to this one girl, and it's like I just had to stop talking to her because it was just like, motherfucker, you are weird. Like,
yes.
She said that she thanked God. Like, there was a parking lot God, there was this kind of God, and There were just different type of gods for her.
And that's a lie. I mean,
And maybe she wasn't wrong, but I'm just like, bitch, what the fuck is you talking about?
she gonna have some long prayers at night. You ain't never going to sleep.
Ever.
No rest. But it's like we talked about last week with the triple Scorpio stuff. We brought up Scorpios last week.
Mm-hmm. We did.
We did. That's so crazy. And I'm so sorry that you're not the triple Gemini that you wanted to be.
I'm a big 3.
What does that mean?
A win's a win.
All right, I know that's right. Do you? I love this for you. But you're still a Gemini sun, so that's good.
That's when I rose up from the womb, right?
Yeah, that's when you came out. Hello, hi.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. Okay, so you're big 3. So your sun, and your sun, it's not technically a planet because the sun is a star.
I'm a star. How could I not shine?
A star. But because it's a luminary body within the solar system, it does play an influential role within the sphere of the planets. Yeah. So with that being said, the sun, when you think of that, it's shining. So it's the broadest impact on your overarching personality.
Gotcha.
Because its location in the sky at that time when you were born, that was a determination that's your sun sign. No matter if it was dark outside. Yeah. The sun was still out. It was just in a different place.
Gotcha.
And they line up. And we can even look at that because I got another app that's showing where the stars are at. Sometimes, Virgo and all those signs might be down here, but they still there.
Wow.
Yeah, like on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay. So with your sun sign, that's going to be, again, like your overall personality. And if you're comparing, so you have that chart, right?
This chart.
Now you also have this book of paperwork that I gave you, right?
Okay.
So the 1, 2, it's going to be your left. Nope. Keep that right there. Yeah, right there. Yep. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, that says the sun.
Mm-hmm. The sun represents the versatility of sense of individuality and outward shining, creating energy.
Yes. So, in other words, that's like your overall presence. That's like what your makeup is. That's going to be what your main character energy would be.
Like how people perceive me, I guess?
Yes. So, yes, that's your whole. Now, your moon is going to be your emotions. So, it's going to be so you got a long sun paragraph.
No, I do. I didn't. That's why I didn't read it all.
Don't mix up the papers now.
All right.
So, let me help you out. Sorry, y'all. Let me help you out because you don't want to get this too messed up.
Y'all bear with us because she trying to get me right.
It's okay. Hey, I shouldn't have put that chart in the back, and then it would have been found.
Nah, you good because what I'm gonna do is group these together later on.
Right. That's smart. And that works out. Okay. So, your moon is in Virgo. You don't have to read that big. No, Virgos are cool. I don't know how.
I don't know if I ever met a when are Virgos? What's the?
That's like the end of August to
September.
Mid almost into September.
Hold on. So somebody was born September 10th.
Oh, they're a Virgo for sure.
Oh my God.
Is that bad? You don't like that?
I used to talk to a Virgo.
Oh, it didn't go well apparently because.
The thing is we're very compatible, but Virgos are. People think Geminis are crazy, but Virgos are crazy.
That's true.
Throw off.
Hey, listen, I love my mom. I love my older sister. They're both Virgos. They're not just plain open out there crazy, but you gonna know they crazy. You
push them further enough, you gonna find out.
You gonna know they crazy. Okay, but yeah, so your moon is in Virgo. Mm-hmm. That's your emotions. That's your inner self. That's whenever people are getting to know you and like your girlfriend, your mom, your family, your close friends, etc. Mm-hmm. Whenever they're even looking up stuff about Geminis and they're like, that don't sound like Otis. That's because your emotional side of you is a Virgo, so you crazy. I knew you was crazy. I knew it was in there.
Well, they say Geminis are crazy, so That ain't helping.
Crazy plus crazy.
Now it makes sense.
So we got a sun in Gemini. Crazy.
Moon in Virgo.
Crazy. And we ain't even got to the best part yet because we were just talking about your rising. Which is a Scorpio.
This is exciting. I don't know why.
I love it. Now, whenever I get to your rising, it's going to be in the back because with your sun and your moon, your Mercury, your Venus, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that is, there's, again, different charts, but they group those together for a reason. That's your tropics. And then the one to the right, it says ASC, which is...
Yes. Okay. What is it?
So that's your ascendant, which ascendant is rising. It's just...
Okay.
Different
word.
But you'll see those letters next to them because those are like certain houses and everything. So we'll get to that later. We'll get But so whenever you're looking through your papers and stuff, you're not gonna see your rising
until like towards the end.
It'll be about like going to the end, but it'll be in the middle. But you don't want to mix these up.
Gotcha.
Your Mars is in Aries.
Fuck
Mars
no.
is about like aggression. You know that Mars is a planet of like aggression and anger. So this is like how you are whenever you get angry. This is gonna tell you. It's gonna give you some good tips in life. I'm trying to tell you how you would say. Sometimes that it's harder for like.
You see me at the award show.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh.
I had to woosah.
Hey, me and my niece was talking about that. I mean, she caught on that you were cool. I'm like, he cool. Yeah, she was like, yeah, I could tell, but he was quiet. But how you was talking about earlier, you just be having to say things sometimes. That's that Aries in you.
Can't let it go. I be like, all right.
And
another thing.
And Aries is a fire sign, so that fire.
I'm a wind sign.
It's high. An air sign, you're an air sign.
Win.
And that's the only placement. You have one air placement. You have one Gemini. You're not a big three. We got to get you to have a Jesus moment.
You said I was a big three.
You're not a triple Gemini, so you're not a big three. You said you was a big three.
You said I have three.
So we all have a big three, but you're not a big three. You're not a big three Gemini.
All right, sorry, Ice Cube. I can't play in your league.
Everybody has a big three.
Okay.
You just not triple Gemini. Hey, but I bet a triple Leo last night. Liddy, I wish I was one. That was the coolest person ever. Okay.
And this all depends on the time and all this shit.
The time you were born, the place you were born, the day you were born, the month, the year, all of it ties in. So whenever I'm asking people if they want to know their chart and I'm like, hey, okay, so what time were you born? Oh, I don't know. I think it was at like.
Look at your birth certificate.
3 something. And that's what I be. You know what's so crazy about that? Side note, a lot of people have never seen their birth certificate. Don't know where the birth certificate is at. Nothing like that. I'm like,
go down to the records office. You can get it for $23, people.
Do something. Call your mom. I don't know. Like, why she lose it? There was no house fire. Where's your
at this point, you old enough to have it yourself.
You should have it.
Yeah.
That is very essential. Like, I can tell you certain things. I can pull certain things, but I can't give you the full chart unless I have that.
Oh, I see. Because you gave me the full chart.
Yeah. We're going to have a PowerPoint party later. I'm just kidding.
That's fine.
Okay. So, we're going to put this to the side.
All right.
Don't pay attention to that part.
Okay.
But that is,
Kinda, but no. All right.
Not for this exercise. But yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Though. Okay, so your ascendant or rising is in Scorpio. So that is how you look to people, like at first glance. Like whenever they're first meeting you, whenever they don't know you like that, you give off Scorpio vibes. Like how you said, like they seem like just uninterested, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm listening. Go ahead. I just seen something I like that I had to highlight.
Oh, my God. I'm not going to say I feel. That's you. Because whenever I first met you, like, you just seemed not uninterested, but you just, like, unbothered. Like, I don't care about nothing going on around me. Like, I ain't finna just associate. Like, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be chill. Like, I'm just observing.
I'm learning the room because it's just like the way I am, and it's crazy that this shit is shitting like it's shitting.
Yeah.
But it's just like, for me, I've always been that reserved person because like once I get to know you, I feel like it's up. Like, okay, I know this person. I can kind of be myself. But if I don't know you, I'm like, let me see how I can be around this person. Like, because everybody judges, regardless they say they don't. But me, I'm not gonna judge you until you give me something to judge you off of. So it's like, okay, let me sit back and observe. Let me sit back and see what this person is like. Let me see what this person is like. Let me see. We in a party, like, yeah, everybody's drinking. I may be drunk as fuck, but I'm be in that corner thinking, shit, I'm gonna be quiet until somebody engage me.
Right. Like,
yes.
No, exactly. But no, and that's you. Because I've been around you in multiple, or at least two party scenes now. Out at the bar. No, I say 3. Out at the bar, out at the club, and at my house.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's you. And you are such an amazing person. You're so cool and stuff like, but you're not going to let just nobody in. You're calculated. Scorpios are calculated. Virgos are calculated, but your Gemini, like your overall, like you, like your outlook, you are like not. I'm not gonna say bubbly because that's weird. Like I'm bubbly, like but like that's the cool, saying, no. Like kickback, like hey, chop, like the fun side of you. That's when that Gemini comes out.
Most definitely.
But your Gemini and your Scorpio, when you're in a group setting and you're just now meeting people, they gonna battle each other out. You might even
the Gemini side be like, go ahead, bro, it's okay. And like, no.
Yes, you're
staying right over here by myself.
Because that Gemini outer appearance, it looks like, oh yeah, I could approach him. But then that Scorpio comes out.
So that's what it's been. Because in high school, people used to always tell me, hey, like, they're like girls used like, you were cute, but you just look like you had this look on your face like, don't fuck with me. Don't come talk to me. Don't say shit to me. I'm like, damn, like, for real? They was like, yes. I'm like, what did I do? They was like, you would walk in, have your backpack, you hold your backpack, you go get your lunch or breakfast or whatever, you'll sit down by yourself. And then, like, if any, like, nobody would come over to you, but people be looking at you, and I'm like, shit, I'd be looking down, because, you know, that awkward feeling when you walk in school, and you be like, shit, I don't know what the fuck to do. Let me grab my backpack, let me put my hands in my pockets.
That's that Virgo. That's your emotions, etc. And I'm sorry, my ADHD scrambled my words up a minute ago. Because, yes, like your outer appearance, your Scorpio, you looking like, but then that Gemini, like you're shining, you're glowing or whatever, they could see it in your face, but then your face also.
I'm a friendly person.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just.
Geminis already give mixed signals, but that Scorpio tying into it, it's like, what the heck?
The Scorpio says there's something about them. There's something about you that tells them, the world, that you're not to be pushed around. So,
and that's you, because I remember. I'm cool with people that are within your circle. You know, like how I'm A-Ray, April, you know, other people. And it's like whenever I see it first, like you'd be cool, like you talk, oh hey Dorothy, etc. But it wasn't no just like,
hey Dorothy, what you doing? How you doing? This and that. And I'm just I'm gonna speak.
You kicking it. You observing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learn something new about myself because of what damn. Now it's starting to make sense. Like, okay, is this why I do this shit?
So like if you're, I don't know how you are with like, actually I think we have talked about that with watching TikToks and stuff. And this is for anybody. While you're over there looking up your sun sign, you can type in your sun, your moon, and your rising. So you could type in your Gemini sun, Virgo moon, Scorpio rising, and it's going to pop up with, I promise you, because everybody thinks they in the, it's a whole trend and stuff. And it is a good trend to get into. But you also got to be careful because a lot of people are copycats out there.
True.
So you want to get somebody that really does know what they're talking about. But just as an overall thing, you can look up those 3, and you're going to see videos of people talking about it, and it's going to hit you to a T. It's going to hit you better, and it's going to give you so much more light in what you are rather than just looking up Gemini Zodiac signs or Gemini traits, et cetera,
I think I know what my next tattoo going to be.
What you going to do?
My big 3, because I'm a big 3.
You're a big 3?
Like Gem, Virgo, and Scorpio. People going, because that's a conversation started. Like, why do you have a Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo. Like, but I'm gonna find out some way to incorporate it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can. I mean, hey, maybe put get a triangle for your 3. I don't know what you do.
And they gonna think I'm Illuminati. They already think I'm Illuminati with this store.
See, give it a little razzle dazzle. I don't know. Make the people talk. No.
Nah, for real.
But there's just so much into it that people should get into. I mean, like I said, like Mars, that's the planet of aggression. Venus, that's how you love. Let's see. I got my cheat sheet. Jupiter, that's your luck. Uranus, that's your uniqueness. Pluto's how you're going to transform. Like, there's Mercury, the way you think. What's your Mercury?
My Mercury, I'm a Taurus.
Okay.
I can be stubborn sometimes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that. And there's going to be a whole excerpt on that.
So all these are me
Yeah, that's you.
for each planet.
Because that is, so,
I'm a Venus Taurus too.
you love in Taurus too. Are you a stubborn lover? Does your girlfriend think you stubborn? How's y'all's, I won't say arguments, but how do y'all's debates go?
Arguments are like that.
You like that?
Like, fancy my car's in the shop. And so she took me to work, and I asked her before. I asked her the day before, and I asked her that day. I said, hey, do I need to find a ride home? Because I can.
Yeah.
This and that. Well, long story short, I hit her up, and I'm like, I put some eyes, like, you know, you on your way. Because I knew she was at work, too, but she didn't have to work. She just had to do inventory or whatever. And basically, long story short, she did not come get me. And I'm like, hey, say, you come? She was like, I thought you got off at 4. I said, no. I said, I got off at 3. We went back and forth. So I like, so do I need to find a ride? She was like, yes. I said, but, and here me go being an ass, a tourist. I'm like, shit, nigga. I was like, but you said that you, and I said, we even had this conversation and kept going back and forth.
That's that Mars and that Taurus mixing
kept going
together.
Back and forth. Finally, she was like, well, it's okay. I'm not done yet. Point blank period. I see you when I get home. Boy, I was pissed off, and then so I was with my homeboy. He's like, don't text back. Don't say nothing. I'm like, but I wanted to say something. I wanted to, but I didn't. I just left it alone. Because at the end of the day, it's not that serious to get into a whole fucking debate. I got a ride home. I got a key. Like, it was just the fact you said you was coming to get me, you didn't.
And you didn't.
And I got pissed off.
Okay, so I don't love that. I hate that y'all got into it. But I say that because that story was so helpful in so many of your planetary alignments. I would love if, like, your girlfriend, if she just want to, like, if she let me print out her
next time
chart.
you see her,
okay,
tell her that.
I'm asking for a chart because this is cool. Because, I mean, okay, so.
Because I think she a Gemini somewhere.
You also thought your big 3 was a Gemini, but. No, I'm just kidding.
Triple 3.
I'm just kidding. Triple 3. And she might be. She very well might be. Yeah. I would love to find out.
Yeah.
And we realize that. And maybe as you're going through and you're seeing like what each sign is, like means, I want you to guess where her Gemini placement is, especially with your son being a Gemini. You know more about Geminis. So I want you to know like where you think she falls into play on that Gemini scale. But with that whole like debate that y'all had, the Mars, the planet of aggression, that Aries in you wanted to say something because that's that fire. You wanted to do something.
It's not the Gemini.
It's not the Gemini.
See, I told people we are laid back, cool people. Now we do have split personalities.
Yes, y'all do.
But
I seen them. But I mean, a lot of the Gemini. Well, depending upon what month the Gemini.
June Geminis are the best.
June Geminis, y'all split personalities be like a little bit more cool. Like I rock with y'all because y'all don't.
Maze. Told my cousin that the other day because I went to go see her at the backyard. I said, "That's why you was born in May."
Right, get your life together.
One day before me.
Them be that like that.
I feel like female Geminis and male Geminis are two different people. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, and you did say that. I agree. I agree. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic.
You good.
But yeah, so that's where you were wanting to say something that Mars was coming to play, that aggression. But your Venus, you love your Taurus, you're stubborn. And, so that was going into it with each other. You're one older, but you're stubborn with your left.
I just left it alone.
Yes, let it alone. And that's another. And so your son, your ego.
The sun is the ego?
Yes, that took into play, the Gemini. I'm going to leave it alone.
I
They
always
all
thought
tie
that
into
was
each
a
other.
Gemini trait, like to keep going, but I guess not. Because I'm like,
Y'all can go there. Y'all can keep going and everything. But again, y'all are air signs. So, and what's her zodiac sign again?
Taurus.
Y'all are more the air. So like with me, I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo. So, like you would cool me down. Y'all can go there. Like we said, Gemini, y'all crazy too.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you would cool my fire down. So to where I'm gonna keep going, that's whenever you're like,
Just leave it alone.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
let's just leave it alone. Now your self-expression is strong. Like that comes into play great. You don't have no problem telling nobody about how you are, why you do it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you come from a good place.
I was pushed before I was pissed.
There you go.
I was pushed before I was pissed.
There you go. There you go. A lot of times you could tell like when y'all are getting annoyed and stuff, but
Oh, I would literally walk off, or I would just because the older I get, and I think my cousin Ray would tell you this, the older I get, the more calm I have gotten. Because when I was younger, I was a firecracker. I was like, fuck this, fuck that. Oh, you try to make fun of me or this and that. It's like, I didn't try to understand. My understanding was I'm about to argue. It wasn't no level with me until one day he said, he's like, okay, what's your issue? What are you so upset about, this and that? And I couldn't tell him. And that's how I know, like, he's always been older in the mind than me, because it's like, nigga, okay, what are you mad about? And I'm like, shit, nigga, you know what? I really don't know.
and you know why? Because whenever we're younger, we're more quick to be. We have a lot of learning to do. We're impulsive. You are a hothead. That's that anger. That's that Mars coming out, Aries. Any Aries is a hothead. But then Gemini, y'all are intellectual. Y'all do come with logic and everything and understanding. So it's like when you guys say, I don't know.
But after a while, you know what I'm saying, that logic can just, like, you know what, fuck logic. But yeah, it's just like, for me, it was, I don't know, like, I'm learning as I go, and I think that's my best quality. Like, I don't feel like I can be 100 years old, and I feel like I can still learn something from somebody who's 10, 12 years old. Like, I'm like, as old as I am, I'm 100 years older than your ass, but I feel like I can still learn from you.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I don't feel like you ever stop learning. I think that's people's problem. They stop learning. Man. They stop learning, or they get stuck in their ways. I'm this age. I've been doing it this long. No, like, if I can learn something, I'm all for it.
I needed to hear that. I really did, because I'm like, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I say that same stuff, but after the day I had, I'm like, man, like why? Like why? But that's how they are. That's how people that are older, they stuck. But I agree with you. You can never stop learning. Once you stop learning, you stop growing.
Facts.
It's okay to not know anything. It's okay for even me to look at one of my younger nieces and for them to teach me something, for me to ask. That's fine. Rather than me walking around acting like I know something, and meanwhile, you, her, him, and him looking like, oh, she don't know what is she talking about.
Yeah.
Then that's ignorance.
True.
So.
All right. Well, I'm starting to see, I'm starting to see how it comes together. It makes sense. Like, I'm a fast learner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you gonna get it. You gonna catch on, and we're gonna go more into depth and detail on this for sure. Especially because like within your different alignments and everything, there's the longitudes and latitudes and the houses and again the natal charts and your south, your north node. There's a lot that ties into it, but it's easy to get in.
Question: What is it? Lilith?
Your Lilith.
Lilith, because okay, I ain't mean to get off topic, but you know who Lilith is? Have you ever heard of that person?
I've heard, yeah.
In the Bible, she was before Eve.
Yes.
But she sprouted wings and she flew away.
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to sound crazy. Okay, so what? Like, I know we jumping. What is that? And I'm a Scorpio. My Pluto sign is a Scorpio. Like, I'm a lot of Scorpio, and shit, I might be a lot of Capricorn too.
Yeah, I was looking at that last night when I was looking at your chart. Like, I was like, that's a lot of Scorpio and a lot of Capricorn. But Capricorn are business-minded people.
My sister's a Capricorn.
So that's good that you have all those Capricorn placements. That speaks volumes.
Okay.
Especially like into, how you are now, like, and I'm sure you get, like a lot of praise at work. You don't get in a lot of trouble or whatever. You do your job, go home.
What the fuck I want, but
and
I do.
And don't nobody say nothing.
They always call me to do something
because they know. And like with your goals, and even with us talking, like before we started this, like that makes sense. Like,
okay,
you about your money, you know.
Yeah. No, for real.
Serious. And that Capricorn, that Scorpio tying together, they might not play with you. They do not need to play with you.
Cool.
But okay, you're Lilith. You need to that's like the taboo. Like, I know someone, she does not like her Lilith sign at all. So she fights it like.
So is Lilith that same person who's?
Yeah, it's like the same thing in astrological.
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
Like, that's what you really need to. I suggest that you read on that. Because you're Lilith and seeing what sign that's in and all that is in that description are what would lead to your downfall and what you need to work on.
Another question. What is the end node?
The end node? The north node.
So you got the north node. I'm a Aquarius.
So you got a north node. And then you also, if you look right over there, you got a south node, which is in Leo.
Okay, explain those.
That's gonna get real in depth. So
you want to wait?
That's where we need to lead off for that for another time because that's gonna be them ones right there.
Okay. Well, we can definitely hop into that on the next time.
I love diving into north nodes and south nodes when it comes to love.
Cool. Well, we're gonna pick up. We're gonna leave off right there, but we definitely gonna pick back up on the next episode.
For sure.
So I appreciate you one more time for being my co-host because, listener, you are teaching me things that I do not know or I felt about myself, but I didn't know in depth. And now it's like, oh, shit, this shit's starting to make sense. Like, this is not my Gemini side acting out. So, basically, all these 12 signs. Is it 12 signs? Yeah.
Oh.
All the Zodiac signs, they really coexist together. It's not like, oh yeah, you may be born a Gemini, but you may not act like a true Gemini.
Exactly.
You may be born a Leo, but you're not born a true Leo.
Exactly. There's so much that goes into it, and once you open yourself up to even looking at that side, and like you said, like how would you know to even get into it? Like you don't want to just start. It's hard to do that, but when there's someone around that even knows the gist of it, a good gist of it.
Because I can see you're excited about it. Like that's what excites me. It's like, oh, you serious about this shit? Like it is passionate. So it's like I'd rather somebody teach me that is passionate and knows what they're talking about versus somebody who like they know it, but it's like they're not. They just know it just because for their sake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, seriously, like even if for those of us, or I mean, I was at this place one time that were going through hard times and being in a stuck space and thinking a certain way about myself and just confused. Like even if you're in a confused space, just in general in life or upset about something, this is definitely something good to look into. Because it'll help your growth tremendously, for sure. But no, I appreciate, you allowing me to host with you. Because
it's not
I'm
over.
learning stuff, too. It ain't over. It's just the beginning. And it's barely that. I can only imagine how deep it's going to get. I love it.
It's going to get there.
This is great. This is great. I love it. It's up.
Thank y'all for tuning in to
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Make sure you
like,
subscribe,
and follow
wherever you get your podcast from.
That's right, Otis. Whatever you say, Otis.
It's been real. It's your boy OT.
And Miss Dorothy.
And we'll see you on the next episode of
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Y'all ain't stupid. They coming to see me.